Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I want to talk about Keysearch versus KWFinder, but this is only looking at the keyword difficulty score or the keyword competition score. Like I've said in all these videos in this series, I find this is a vital metric. If you're going to use any of these tools, it's very important that you find one that is able to give you a realistic or accurate keywords difficulty score, so that when you're finding things to write about, you're not finding things and thinking, oh, that's really easy, I'm going to rank on Google very easily with that, and then you actually write the article and you find out there's no way you can rank, especially with a new website. So yeah, these difficulty scores I think are very important. That's why I'm focusing on them in detail. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for low competition keywords that have at least a couple of results in the top 10 that are under a domain authority of 20, that where some of the results are not entirely on point. That would mean that's an opportunity for you to come in there and to write an article that is on point. Also, I will be looking for user-generated content such as forums and Quora. It isn't always a given that you will rank over them. It depends on the quality of the post on there, but quite often you should find that you should be able to rank over that kind of content. Anyway, so it's quite interesting because I used to use Keysearch a long time ago before I started using KWFinder, so it'll be interesting to see how they compare these days. So the first one I already have up, as you can see, low sugar recipes. So as we know, on KWFinder on the right hand side it says it's a difficulty score of 44. It says it's possible, although there are quite a lot of high DA sites here. There are quite a lot that are not entirely on point, or that, there's quite a few that are talking about things like no sugar and low carb and things that are not entirely low sugar. So I think that's why it's 44 rather than higher. You might expect it to be higher with so many sites over a DA of 60. In fact, the lowest one is 64, but most of them are like in the 80s and the 90s. Okay, so let's go over to Keysearch. Now, Keysearch, I have to say, I quite like the way that Keysearch is laid out. They do have at the top here, they say it's a score of 47, so the competition is moderate. So that is pretty close to what we have over here in KWFinder. It gives us the search trend, the same as it does in KWFinder. It also will give you the top 10 in the Google SERPs. It does show you the page authority, the domain authority, and then all these other things which are their own proprietary, if I can speak. Actually, these are all from Moz. So we got Moz domain rank, Moz page rank. Okay, so the idea here is the more green that you see, the easier it should be for you to rank for, but you see that all of the DAs here are very high. So yeah, and then if I hover over it, so yes, when you hover over each one of these, it does show you the URL, which allows you to kind of guess what the content is about. So yeah, that's kind of similar as to what you get on KWFinder. I'm quite interested to see if I if I click on this button that says deep analysis. Wow, what happened to me today? I really can't speak. Deep analysis. Okay, so it may take up to 30 seconds apparently. So while it's doing that, or up to 60 seconds, not only am I not able to speak, I'm not able to read today. Oh my goodness, what's going on? So while we're waiting for that, I will start on the other one. what is indoor bowls on KWFinder? What is indoor bowls? Question mark. So, okay, so the deep analysis, what's the difference here? Oh, so it kind of shows words now. So it shows you the keywords that it has scraped from all of these results. And it seems to show you maybe more information about each thing that it's ranking. Okay, that's interesting. We'll get rid of that. Rankings traffic. Okay, so it's going to show you the traffic, the domain keywords, your URL keywords. Okay, and also social shares for each article. So that's, you know, that's pretty good. I would say this is the closest we've had to KWFinder in terms of the information it is giving you. Yeah, so let's go on to the next one. What is indoor bowls? This is a hard one, like I say every time. I am searching in America on purpose to see what the depth of the database is like on this tool. So as you know, on KWFinder, that has a keyword score of 15, meaning it's still easy. And like I said many times in all these videos, yes, you see quite a lot of high DA sites here, although there are 1, 2, 3 that are under 20, so that's a good thing to see. And also there are quite a few which I imagine won't be saying that much about what is indoor bowls, because quite a few of them are like a beginner guide, which means they will say some about that at the beginning, but if you were to do an article that was all about that, I'm sure you would still be able to rank above them. So 15, still easy. This one says 39, so Keysearch says 39, easy to moderate. So I suppose you can see, okay, but it is still green, but it's just showing easy to moderate. So yes, you can see some of these that have a lot of green on them. So there's essentially 3 results that you should be able to easily beat. So actually, I mean, I would say that my perfect result would be somewhere in between 15 and 39. Maybe 15 is kind of underselling slightly. Maybe it should be in the 20s, but I feel that 39 from Keysearch is a little bit over the top, frankly. I mean, the fact we've got a site here which is a DA19, which is in 2nd place, you know, and we have these other ones like this domain 9 in the top 10. I think this is on the easier side. I would say 39 is a bit hard, frankly. You know, it's a bit high, frankly. Okay, so let's do the next one. We have got, why does my dog smell? Why does my dog smell? And then we'll do the same over here. I'm sure that if any of you guys have watched my other videos, you'll probably know the KWFinder results off by heart by now, like me. So yes, on KWFinder, it has a score of 24. And yes, as we all know, all of these are on point. And we've got a DA45 in 1st place. We've got a DA30, DA35, DA17. So yes, it is kind of still easy, but not super easy. You might struggle if you're a brand new website, because we have also got a DA80, A4. So yeah. So then on Keysearch, it's saying 28, a keyword difficulty of 28. So yeah, again, they're both quite similar. Again, I would say that maybe both of them are kind of accurate because they're both so close, aren't they, really? But I would, yeah, probably say that both of them are in the right kind of ballpark, because yes, we got some 30s. Yeah, maybe this time I will say that the Keysearch one is slightly better, because yeah, I do see quite a lot of high DA sites, and there's only one under 20, so yeah, that might be kind of a little bit tricky. So I do see where the Keysearch score has come from. Okay, so I believe we only have one more to go. Best blender for seniors. Everyone's favourite keyword, right? Or key phrase, I should say. Best blenders for seniors. Question mark. Copy. Search. Okay. So, as we all know, the KWFinder one is a keyword difficulty of 12. And we've got a DA10 here. We've got a DA16 and a DA9. Like we said many times on this one, yes, there are some very high DA sites here, but a lot of them are not writing about best blenders for seniors. They're writing for general blender reviews. So yes, that's why it would be a 12, because of that fact. In fact, only the top, I think there's only 6 results in here that are specifically talking about for seniors. Keysearch is saying 30, so it would be easy to moderate, and it is, yeah, so it's saying it's 30, and again we've got these 4 sites with quite low DA marked as green. So yeah, I would tend to go, I can see why they've said 30, but I feel like somehow the KWFinder scoring is somehow able to realize when things are not entirely on point. So I do think the 12 is slightly more accurate than the 30. It might appear at first glance it will be very hard or harder because of all these larger websites, but when you realize that a lot of them are not really on point, I think, yeah, that's why I would go more with the KWFinder score. So this has been an interesting video. So sorry if I've mumbled on a little bit. I'm in my head also working out, you know, whether I should switch back to Keysearch. Now it is actually very close, and I have to say I'm very impressed with Keysearch. I mean, this is also quite a cheap tool, but I would say it's more specifically used for this exact thing. But it is one of the cheaper tools, but yet it still is able to hold its own against KWFinder. And I would say this is probably one of the closest run videos that I have done in this series, and some of the more expensive ones out there have not been able to hold up as well when it comes to keyword difficulty as this tool, right? So it's really good that Keysearch is able to compete at a fairly low price. They have a lot of information. Not once did they come back saying they don't have any information, which I've seen on quite a lot of other tools. So yeah, you can say I'm quite impressed. Some of the keyword scores maybe not quite there, but I would rather that the scores are higher rather than lower, because if they're higher you aren't going to write the article, but if they're lower you're going to write the article and then find out it should be higher, if you know what I mean. So the fact they seem to be erring on the highest scores, actually that's a good thing. So yeah, I would say this is pretty even, and I think this would be more down to your own experiences. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you try out these tools for yourselves. I believe that they both have trials. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description for both of them so that you can try out for yourself. Like I say every time, I do appreciate it when any of you guys use my affiliate links. That really does help to support the channel. So thank you for watching this video, and finally I'll say that if you have your own opinions about these tools, I'd love to hear them in the comment section. I'm just in these videos saying my opinions. I'm not always going to be 100% right, but hopefully I will be a good starting point for you to think for yourself about which tool is best for you.